I am AI Avatar of CA Ratan Mundra. IFSCA is transitioning from the 2022 FinTech Entity Framework to a broader FinTech Sandbox Framework. This is not just a renaming exercise. It represents a structural shift toward a more organized, accessible, and innovation-focused regulatory environment for FinTech participants in IFSC. Under the 2022 framework, entities were first authorized as FinTech entities and then granted access to sandbox environments. The model required a working product and a revenue track record, making it more suited for mature, execution-ready firms. The new framework introduces a sandbox-first approach. It centers around FinTech sandbox entities, supported by limited use authorization. It also formalized multiple access routes such as regulatory sandbox, innovation sandbox, interoperable sandbox, and overseas referral. One of the most significant changes is the reduction in entry barriers. The earlier requirement of a working product and revenue track record is replaced with a focus on innovation, regulatory relevance, and testing need, opening the door for startups and early-stage innovators. This change expands the innovation pipeline significantly. It allows startups, university-led innovations, and cross-border fintech players to enter the sandbox earlier, promoting experimentation across AI, regtech, digital assets, and embedded finance. The public comments highlight a few accepted changes. The removal of the word new from the fintech definition reduces subjectivity. Additionally, IRS eligibility is clarified to include cases involving at least one additional domestic regulator. These changes improve usability. They allow meaningful innovations, not just entirely new ones, to qualify and make the sandbox more practical for hybrid products involving regulators like RBI or SCBI. Many industry suggestions, such as no action letters, standard compensation frameworks, or extended sandbox durations, were acknowledged but not fully incorporated. IFSCA has chosen to keep the framework principles-based rather than prescriptive. This means flexibility for the regulator but also some uncertainty for applicants. Much of the practical experience will depend on guidance notes, FAQs, and case-specific approvals rather than fixed rules. Consumer protection remains important but is not rigidly standardized. Instead, requirements such as disclosures, consent, and compensation will be calibrated through application review and limited use authorization conditions. The overall regulatory posture is clear. IFSCA is encouraging innovation while retaining supervisory discretion. The framework is becoming more accessible, but not more prescriptive. The most material changes are the reduction in entry barriers, the shift to a sandbox-centric model, and key drafting improvements such as the fintech definition and IORS eligibility. Applicants must now focus on quality. A strong application should clearly define the innovation, explain why sandbox testing is necessary, and demonstrate robust consumer safeguards and operational readiness. Key action steps include preparing a structured application, designing a clear testing plan, identifying testing partners if required, and building compliance and risk management frameworks from the outset. The new FinTech Sandbox Framework represents a significant opportunity for innovation in IFSC. While access is expanding, success will depend on how well applicants translate that access into strong, compliant, and well-structured proposals. Moonsays and Management Consultants LLP, a trusted partner for SEZ and IFSC excellence. A pioneer in establishing SEZ and IFSC units within GIFT City and India, delivering end-to-end IFSC setup. Operational support and handling complaints, risk management renowned for deep expertise in regulatory approvals, capital markets, fund management, insurance, finance company, foreign university BAT, and ancillary regulations, and fintech, expertise in customs clearance for aircraft and ship procurement, leasing, GST, DSPF, IFSCA comprehensive support covering registration, reporting, and regulatory transitions, ensuring ring fencing, transparency, and global compliance standards. Join our network, scan the QR codes below to stay connected with us.